Welcome everybody. The case today that I want to talk about is the I-751 that's been delayed for about 2 years, I believe. So let's take a look at this case and dive into the details. So this case was filed January 28, 2025, and it was filed in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Illinois. And we have this one plaintiff, and like usual, they are named a whole bunch of defendants. And this is a writ for mandamus. All right, let's take a look at the introduction. What it says: we have one plaintiff that filed an I-751. So we know what the I-751 is, the removal for condition. So basically, they got married, and they got a conditional green card for 2 years. And then you apply for the I-751 to remove those conditions. So basically, he requests to remove the conditions on his green card, which he received through marriage for the U.S. citizen. The plaintiff requests a waiver for the usual joint filing requirement on account of a breakdown of his marriage. So usually, when you're filing an I-751, you file it joint filing, but there are circumstances where you're able to file that without having filing jointly. All right, so then it says the action is brought as a result of the defendant's failure to adjudicate plaintiff's petition within a reasonable period of time, and that period of time that they're saying that the USCIS must take action on the petition by either waiving the requirement for an interview and adjudicating the petition, or arrange for an interview within 90 days of the date on which the petition was filed. So about within 90 days, they have to do that. But it's saying that for this person, it's been pending 2 years and 10 months. So almost 3 years they have this I-751 petition has been pending, and the USCIS has not scheduled the interview or waived the interview, and it's been pending since they're saying it's pending for over 2 years and 10 months. So basically, this is just a footnote on what they're talking about. So within 90 days, immediately preceding the second anniversary date on which the alien obtained permanent residence. So basically, what they're saying that within 2 years of having gotten the permanent residence, the green card, they have to file a petition for removal of conditions. They have to file the form I-751, right? We all know that. But then they're saying that if in this case, if joint petition cannot be filed to the termination of a marriage, so something can happen with the marriage where they cannot file jointly, or in the case of the petitioning spouse refuses to join the filing of that petition, the conditional permanent resident may apply for a waiver of the requirement to file the joint petition. So basically, there is a process where if it's no longer be able to file jointly, they're able to request a waiver. So the plaintiff in this case filed for removal of conditions based on the waiver of the joint filing requirement. Okay. Then it's saying the USCIS delay in plaintiff cases is almost two times the historical average. Let's take a look. So the plaintiff is the petitioner filing the I-751. They, again, with most of the mandamus cases, they end up putting down a lot of defendants. So let's take a look. The defendants is the Secretary of the U.S. Homeland Security, and the defendant is the acting director of USCIS, and then under defendant is the acting Attorney General of the U.S. Now they're saying the court has jurisdiction to hear this complaint. And they're saying the plaintiff has repeatedly requested the defendant to make a final decision on this petition, and they have exhausted all kinds of administrative remedies. There's no further administrative remedies. They're saying that he completely filled out the I-751, the removal of conditions, received a notice from USCIS informing that he doesn't have, the USCIS could reuse the previously captured fingerprints and biometrics. And then the USCIS that it was extended the validity of the form I-551, the permanent resident card, aka also known as the green card, for a period of 48 months. And then it says the USCIS has made no request for information or evidence. He has made numerous inquiries over the past 2 years and 10 months and has not resulted in any meaningful response. Then it says pending over 2 years and 10 months, almost 3 years, like we mentioned. They do publish a historical average to see how long it's taking. So they're saying the USCIS published historical average processing time of 18.2 months for adjudication of the form I-751. And then they have not provided any other information. So it's in violation of the APA. And then what they're requesting the court to do is enter an order mandating a certain time to adjudicate the plaintiff petition or to compel the defendants to perform their duty, and then finally award reasonable attorney's fees if it's proper in the circumstances. So it is an interesting case, because it's been pending for a little while. Well, thank you for listening. Give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and thank you very much. Bye-bye.